I read something interesting today. A survey showed that many millionaires report feeling unhappy.
Unhappy millionaires? That is hard to believe.
Why? Money does not automatically bring happiness.
I disagree. Money solves most problems. Without money, life is very hard.
Yes, that is true, but having a lot of money creates new problems too.
Like what? That sounds like a rich person problem.
Like, who really likes you for you? Who is a real friend? Can you trust anyone?
I never thought about that.
And another thing, when you have everything you want, what do you look forward to?
What do you mean?
Anticipation, the feeling of looking forward to something. It is one of the strongest sources of happiness.
And rich people have it all already, so there's nothing to look forward to.
Exactly. You can have everything and feel nothing.
Okay, but I still think poor people are less happy than rich people, on average.
On average, maybe, but only up to a point. Studies show that after your basic needs are covered, more money adds very little happiness.
What are basic needs?
Food, home, health, safety, a little comfort. After those are covered, the extra money does not change much.
So the first dollar matters more than the millionth dollar.
Yes, that is exactly right. The first dollar is life-changing. The millionth dollar, barely noticed.
Okay, I can accept that.
So what did the miserable rich people get wrong?
I think they confused the goal. They thought, when I have money, I will be happy. So money became the goal.
But money is a tool, not a destination.
Yes, a hammer is useful, but a hammer is not the house.
Exactly. And they spent their whole lives building the hammer and forgot to build the house.
The house being relationships, purpose, health, time.
Yes, all the things money cannot buy directly.
I am changing my opinion. I still want money, but now I understand it's a tool, not a finish line.
That's all I'm saying.
Money is important, but it's a tool, not a goal. After your basic needs are covered, more money adds very little happiness.
What rich, unhappy people got wrong, they forgot to build the life while building the money.
Do you think money brings happiness? Write your opinion in the comments.
Paul, you look like you are thinking very deeply about something.
Yes, I had a strange moment yesterday. My boss criticized my work, a small thing, and I felt terrible for the whole day.
Why do you think it affected you so much?
I don't know. It was not a big criticism, but it felt enormous, like a child being told off.
Told off means criticized, corrected by someone with authority.
Yes, and that word, child, that is interesting because that is exactly how I felt, like a 10-year-old boy.
Let's go back. Let's look at where that feeling comes from.
My father was a very serious man, very high standards. Nothing was ever good enough.
Not good enough. How did that show?
I would bring home a test, 90%, and he would say, "What happened to the other 10%?"
Not, well done for the 90, but why not 100?
Never well done, never enough, always a little wrong, always something to improve.
How did young Paul feel?
Like he was always failing, even when he was doing well. Like approval was always just one step away and never arrived.
Approval means someone saying, "You did well. I am proud of you."
I waited for that my whole childhood, and it never came.
And now, back to yesterday. Your boss criticized your work.
And my brain went back to being 10 years old, waiting for approval, afraid of not being enough.
The childhood pattern is still active inside the adult Paul.
Yes, my boss is not my father. They are completely different people. But in that moment, they felt the same.
Because the brain uses old maps, old experiences to understand new situations.
And the map says criticism equals not good enough. Not good enough equals not loved.
And that is a very old and very painful map.
Yes, and it affects everything. My relationships, my work, how I react to any kind of feedback.
So, what can Paul do? You cannot change the past.
No, but I can learn to recognize when the old map is activating.
Recognize, see it, name it.
Yes, next time my boss criticizes something, I can pause and ask myself, is this really about me not being enough, or is it just feedback about work?
Feedback about work is not the same as not being loved.
No, but my brain does not know the difference yet. I have to teach it.
That is the work. Slow, patient, but very worth it.
Yes, and understanding where it comes from, that is already the first step.
Our childhood creates patterns. Those patterns follow us into adult life, into work, into relationships, into how we react to criticism.
Understanding where a feeling comes from is the first step to changing how it controls you.
Does a feeling from your past still affect you today? Write in the comments.
Iris, what are those papers? 2 letters written to the same person on the same morning, but very different. The same person? Yes, both are letters from your inner voice, the voice inside your head. The first one is the negative voice. The second is the positive voice. Can you read them? Yes. Let's start with the negative. This is what many people hear in their heads every morning. Good morning. Today will probably be hard. You have so much to do and you will not finish everything. You always leave things for later. You are not organized enough. Remember yesterday? You said the wrong thing to your colleague. They probably think you are difficult. And you ate badly last night. You have no discipline. Today will probably be the same as yesterday. Just try not to make things worse. That is dark, very dark, but honest. Does it sound familiar? More than I would like to admit. Many people start their day with a version of this letter. They just don't write it down. And it affects the whole day? Yes, you start looking for problems, for confirmation that the letter is right. Confirmation means evidence that something is true. Yes, and you find it because you are looking for it. Now, the same morning, the same person, but a different inner voice. Good morning. You woke up. That is already something. Today will have challenges. That is normal. But you have handled difficult days before. You are still here. Yesterday, you made a mistake with your colleague. Today, you can talk to them. That is courage. You have things to do today. Pick one, just one. Start there. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. You are enough for today. Same person, same morning, but completely different energy. Yes, and which version do you think leads to a better day? Obviously the second one. So why do most people choose the first one? Because they don't choose. It just happens automatically. Exactly. The negative voice is automatic. The positive voice is a choice, a practice. So how do you change the morning voice? You cannot silence the negative voice, but you can answer it. answer it, how? When the negative voice says you always fail, you answer, that is not always true. I have also succeeded. You challenge it, like a debate. Yes, you don't have to believe every thought. A thought is just a thought, not a fact. A thought is not a fact. I need to remember that. And you can write your own letter, like the second one. What do you want your morning voice to say? I never thought about choosing it. Most people don't, but you can. Starting tomorrow morning. The voice inside your head shapes your whole day. The negative voice is automatic. The positive voice is a choice. You cannot stop the negative thoughts, but you can answer them, and you can write a better letter to yourself. What does your morning voice usually say? Write in the comments. Be honest.
Ben, today we want to talk about something many people find very difficult.
What is that?
Saying no. Setting limits without feeling guilty.
Oh, I am very bad at that.
Most people are. Let's show some examples. Real situations where saying no is hard. Then, can you finish this report this weekend? I need it Monday morning.
Oh, I have plans this weekend. But, okay, I will do it.
Great, thank you.
What just happened?
You said yes when you wanted to say no. Why?
Because she is my manager. I was afraid to say no.
Afraid of what exactly?
Afraid she would think I am lazy or not a team player.
And how do you feel now?
Resentful, angry at myself. And I lost my weekend.
Resentful means you feel upset because something was unfair, and you said yes. So who created this situation?
I did, by not saying no.
Let's try again, this time with a boundary. Ben, can you finish this report this weekend?
I have personal plans this weekend. I cannot do it then, but I can have it ready by Tuesday morning. Will that work?
Yes, Tuesday is fine. Thank you for letting me know.
That felt much better, but also scary.
Yes, the first time always feels scary. But notice, I said yes to Tuesday. The world did not end. Hey, are you free Saturday? A group of us is going out.
Oh, I am tired and really need to rest, but I don't want to disappoint you. Okay, I will come.
Again, you said yes, but you wanted to say no.
Yes, because I did not want her to feel bad or think I don't like her.
What about your need to rest?
It disappeared. I put her need first and ignored mine.
Let's try again. Hey, are you free Saturday?
I really need to rest this weekend. I'm going to stay home, but let's plan something next week. I would love that.
Of course. Rest well. Talk soon.
She was not upset. She understood.
Most people do. We create the guilt ourselves in our own heads.
So what is the key to saying no without feeling guilty?
3 things. First, be clear. Don't say maybe or I will try. Say yes or no directly.
Clear, no maybe.
Second, offer an alternative when possible. Not this weekend, but Tuesday. Not Saturday, but next week.
Saying no to the request, not to the person.
Exactly. And third, you do not need to explain everything. A short reason is enough. You don't owe anyone a long justification.
I always feel like I need to justify everything.
You don't. No is a complete sentence.
No is a complete sentence. I love that.
Setting limits is not selfish. It is healthy for you and for the other person.
When you say yes to everything, your yes means nothing. Save your yes for things that really matter.
Is it hard for you to say no? Write in the comments. We want to know.
Maya, you told me last week that asking for help changed your life. I want to understand that.
Yes, but it is hard to explain. I am not sure where to start.
Start wherever feels right. I will ask questions along the way.
Okay, I used to believe that asking for help was a sign of weakness.
Where did that belief come from?
I think from my family. My parents always solved everything alone, never asked anyone. It was a point of pride.
A point of pride, meaning they were proud of not needing anyone?
Yes, and I learned that lesson very well.
So what changed? Was there a specific moment?
Yes. 3 years ago, I was going through a very hard time. Work, relationship ending, a family problem, all at the same time.
That is a lot.
Too much, and I tried to handle everything alone, like I always did.
And what happened?
I collapsed, not physically, but inside. I stopped functioning. I could not make simple decisions. I could not sleep. I could not get out of bed some mornings.
And you still did not ask for help?
Not immediately. I sat with it for 2 more weeks, alone, getting worse.
What finally made you ask?
My friend called me. She heard my voice and said, "Maya, what is wrong?" And for the first time, I did not say, "Nothing, I'm fine."
What did you say?
I said, "I'm not okay, and I need help." 3 sentences, and I cried for 10 minutes.
How did it feel to say those words?
Like putting down something very heavy, immediately, in that moment.
And what did you discover after that?
Something that surprised me. People wanted to help. They were waiting for me to ask.
Waiting.
Yes, my friend, my sister, even a colleague at work, they saw I was struggling, but they didn't want to impose.
Impose means to enter someone's life without permission, without being invited.
Yes, they were respecting my space, but my space was killing me.
So the walls you built to protect yourself were also keeping out the people who wanted to help.
Yes, that's exactly it. The walls I built to be strong were making me weaker.
That is a very powerful discovery.
And I found out something else. Asking for help did not make me weak, it made the relationship stronger.
Stronger? How?
Because my friend felt trusted. She said, "I'm so glad you told me. I was worried about you for months."
She felt closer to you because you were vulnerable.
Yes, vulnerability is not weakness. It is connection.
Vulnerability means showing your real feelings, even the difficult ones. So, what is the lesson? What do you want people to take from this?
Asking for help is not giving up. It is opening a door to people who are already standing outside, waiting.
And the walls we build to appear strong are sometimes the walls that keep us most alone.
Yes, strong enough to ask. That's real strength.
Is it hard for you to ask for help? Write in the comments. You are not alone.
Sam, can I ask you something random?
Sure. What is it?
If money was not a problem, like completely not a problem, what would you do with your life?
Ooh, that is a good one. Honestly, I would work with children, teaching, or maybe sports coaching.
Really? You never told me that.
Because it doesn't pay well, so I never really considered it.
That is sad.
Yeah. What about you?
I would travel and write. Just write about what I see. People, places, small stories.
You write now, though?
A little, at night when the kids are asleep.
So the dream is still alive, just small.
Very small, but still there.
Do you think money is really the problem, though?
What do you mean?
Like, is money really what stops us, or is it fear wearing the costume of money?
Fear wearing the costume of money? Explain that.
Like, I say I don't do coaching because it doesn't pay, But maybe the real reason is, what if I try and I am not good at it?
The money is an easier excuse than the fear.
Yes, because money is external, fear is personal, and personal is harder to admit.
That is very honest.
And you? Is it really money stopping your writing?
No, honestly, no. I have time. I just don't believe it is good enough.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
So the question is not really about money.
No, the question is, what are you afraid of, really?
Fear, judgment, looking stupid.
Same, but those things are survivable.
Are they?
Yes, I have failed before. I'm still here.
True. We are still here.
Maybe I will write more this week.
Maybe I will call that sports center.
Really?
Maybe. We'll see.
That is enough. Maybe is enough to start.
The question is not, what would you do if money didn't matter? The real question is, what are you afraid of?
Because often money is just a comfortable excuse. The real barrier is fear.
What would you do if money was not the excuse? Write in the comments. Be honest.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Of course. What's going on?
I don't know. I just feel off today.
Off how?
Like heavy. Everything feels harder than usual.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I woke up already tired.
Did you sleep okay?
Not really. My mind was racing all night.
Thinking about what?
Work, my future, things I haven't done.
That's a lot to carry.
It is. I feel like I'm falling behind.
Behind compared to who?
I don't know. Everyone, I guess.
It feels like that sometimes, but it's not the full picture.
Yeah, but it's hard not to think that way.
Of course, your brain goes there automatically.
Exactly. And then I start doubting everything.
That spiral is real.
Yeah, one thought becomes 10.
And 10 becomes 100.
Exactly. I feel stuck.
Like you can't move forward?
Yeah, like no matter what I do, it's not enough.
That's a painful place to be.
It is.
Can I tell you something honestly?
Please.
You're being really hard on yourself.
I know, but I don't know how to stop.
You don't stop all at once. You soften it, little by little.
How?
By noticing what you are doing, not just what you're not.
I don't usually do that.
Most people don't.
I just see what's missing.
Yeah, the brain is wired that way.
So what should I do right now?
Right now, keep it simple.
Simple how?
What's one small thing you can do today?
Just one?
Just one.
Maybe go for a walk.
That's perfect.
It doesn't feel like enough.
It is enough for today.
I guess I've been trying to fix everything at once.
Exactly, and that's overwhelming.
Yeah, it really is.
You don't fix your life in one day.
I know that, but I act like I should.
We all do sometimes.
I just want to feel okay again.
You will. This feeling won't last forever.
It feels like it will.
Feelings always feel permanent when you're inside them.
That's true.
But they pass. They always do.
I hope so.
You don't need to fix everything today.
Just today, right?
Just today.
Okay, I can do that.
That's enough.
Thanks for listening, seriously.
Always. You don't have to carry it alone.
That means a lot.
Good.
Can I tell you something? Of course. I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah, that's a hard place to be.
It really is. What's been on your mind? I just feel lost, like I'm moving but not going anywhere.
That's a very real feeling.
Everyone around me seems to have direction.
It looks like that from the outside.
Yeah, but I don't feel that way at all.
That doesn't mean you're behind.
It feels like I am. Compared to who? Friends, people online? That comparison will always hurt you. I know, but it's automatic. Yeah, it's hard to turn off. I just want clarity. Clarity usually comes after action. What do you mean? You don't figure everything out first, then act. So I act first? Exactly, and then things become clearer. But what if I choose the wrong thing? There's no perfect choice. Really? Every choice teaches you something. So even mistakes help? Especially mistakes. That's a different way to see it. It takes pressure off. Yeah, I feel a lot of pressure. From where? Myself, mostly. That's usually the strongest pressure. I feel like I should have it all figured out. No one really does. It doesn't look that way. People hide their uncertainty. That makes sense. You're just being honest about it. Yeah, I guess I am. And that's actually a strength. Really? Yes, awareness is the first step. So what should I do now? Try things without expecting perfection. Like experiments? Exactly, small experiments. That sounds less scary. It is. So I don't need a big plan? Not right now. Just small steps? Just small steps. That actually feels doable. Good, that's the point. I think I've been overthinking everything. Most people do. Yeah, I stay in my head too much. Then it's time to move a little. Even if I'm unsure? Especially if you're unsure. Okay, I'll try. That's all you need to do. Thanks. I feel a bit lighter now. Good. You're not as lost as you think. I hope you're right. You'll see.